Chances are, if you have kids, they have reminded you more than once about the Summer Reading Kickoff taking place on June 3rd. Episode 167 of the Love in Lebanon podcast features Beau Cunnyngham and Jessie Fleming. They both work at the Lebanon Public Library and both know plenty about this year's Summer Reading Kickoff and about some renovations you can expect to see at our Lebanon Public Library to help make life better for all of us. Episode 167 of the Love in Lebanon podcast starts right now.
Welcome to the Love in Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to loveinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 167 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. My name is Joe LePage, and I am the Community Development Director. Summer is here, school is out, and man, there are some kiddos in need of something to do to burn that energy off, to get them going. Thank goodness for this time around this podcast episode. We've got a couple folks that can help us out with that. We've got Beau Cunnyngham, he's the Lebanon Public Library Director, and also Jessie Fleming, who's been here before. She's the Children's Department Head. Guys, thanks so much for being here on the podcast. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
And you guys are the solution for those crazy kiddos that cooped up at home. Get them out, burn some energy off, and that type of thing. Thanks for being here for us to take our kids and help them get tired, but have a great experience too.
Exactly. That's what summer reading is all about at the library.
And a lot of things are happening at our Lebanon Public Library. Everybody is, as you may be seeing, but you will see in full bore here pretty soon. But first, we're going to kick things off with the Summer Reading Kickoff. That's coming up on June 3rd. And Jessie, this is something every year that the pictures are just so wonderful to see all the kids having a great time. There's usually live animals, and there's usually a dunk tank, and all those things. Are some of those things back this year?
Oh, yes. So the Kenworthy Summer Reading Kickoff will be on June 3rd from 1 to 4. And we have a lot of the fan favorite stuff back again. We've got two different kinds of inflatables, one for big kids, one for little kids. We've got a petting zoo that's coming in. Heavenly Acres out of Thorntown's coming to do that. We're going to have live music this year. Journey and Jet are going to come and play for us. We'll have food, including a free snow cone from Veteran Shaved Ice for all of the kids that come. We'll have carnival games and scavenger hunts that'll have prizes. And two of the big ticket items that are times to keep in mind, we'll have Mr. Scott's Giant Bubble Show. That'll start at 1 p.m.
He has bubbles, I'm guessing?
Yes, giant bubbles. Like you can fit a whole child in them kind of bubbles. And then once he's wrapping up his show, we're going to be having Beauty Princess and Beastly Prince for a meet and greet so that we can hear all about the fun adventures in reading, because our theme this year is Adventure Begins at Your Library.
And that was my next question, because I think we had you on the podcast about a year ago, and this was like an underwater themed, and there was a big shark's mouth and that type of thing we kind of talked about. This year, it's changed up a little bit, keeping kids on their toes.
This year, we're doing adventure theme, which is so much fun. Each week throughout summer reading, we'll have a different kind of genre that we'll focus on. So our first week is pirates. We're going to do spies. We're going to do fairy tales, all of that fun stuff.
That sounds fantastic. And the price tag to get in is pretty measurable and pretty easy for families to foot that bill?
It is 100% free.
Excellent.
If you want to bring some extra cash so that you can buy some extra shaved ice or buy a sweet treat from Poppin' Sweet Confection, then you are more than welcome to, but everything else will be free.
Fantastic. And Beau, how great is it for you to be able to kind of head things up with the public library and have events like this, to be able to kind of wrangle the kids, to let them know that the library is, if they don't know already, but that the library is such a great place for fun and a great place to be and spend some quality time, not only as just the kiddos, but the entire family as well.
Absolutely. Library is a great place, and it really does have something for everyone at the library, especially during these summer months. I've got kids, and I've got to find things to do with them, and taking them to the library, and really the events, but then find them a book, find them a video game, find them something to do, let them play on the computers in the children's area, play with the Legos on the Lego wall down there. A lot of things for them to do.
And I don't know if it was the same way for you guys, but when we were looking at Lebanon potentially moving here, now more than a decade ago, it's crazy how time flies, it was the library that was the clincher. Taking a look at that, it was one of those, the kids, the eye-popping moments actually literally happened with my kiddos. Was that kind of the same way, or a story you hear quite often? Was, wow, blown away, this library is awesome?
Oh, yes. We get patrons every week that come in and they have their brand new library card and they're like, we just moved to town. This is our first time here. We've been looking at your website. We've been looking at your calendar. There's so much fun stuff to do. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you offer? And we love having those conversations because we know we're going to get new people that we get to see every week.
And I guess, Beau, it's a story you guys love telling, that it's such a calling card, not only of libraries in general, but also Lebanon and Boone County. It's a true selling point.
It is. It's such a great community, and how much they put into their library. It really is. I remember the first time I came to the libraries when I had my interview there, and I was just amazed at the stonework on the outside, how they retained the original Carnegie building as part of the construction. It's just an amazing feature to have in the downtown of Lebanon.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, we're talking with Beau Cunnyngham and Jessie Fleming with the Lebanon Public Library, getting us ready and getting us geared up for the summer reading event that's coming up, but also some different things that are happening within the library as well here on episode 167 of the podcast. Now, it's strategically done that right after the summer reading kickoff happens, there might be some big dumpsters and some things that folks will be able to recognize, but there's been work taking place kind of slowly but surely inside the Lebanon Public Library, Beau.
Yes, so libraries have to change, just like everything else, and we try to see what the public needs, what they want out of their public library. And so we try to make some alterations both inside and outside the library as time goes on. One of the big things we're doing is taking the upstairs room. So people might remember that there used to be movies, video games, music in that top floor. Mm-hmm. We have since emptied that out, brought that all down to the main floor, make it easier for everyone to access. That top floor is now going to be partitioned into several study rooms. There's going to be 6 different study rooms up there, 2 small ones, 2 medium size, and then 2 rooms that will fit up to 6 people in there. And we just see a lot more people needing those individual study rooms to do projects, whether they're studying, whether they're doing business, whether they're having a quick meeting, whether they're creating their own podcast, a lot of different options in those rooms up there. And we'll try to have some technology for them in those rooms that will make those things possible.
What types of things, was there a needs assessment where it was like, this is a gap that the library can help kind of get in and help fix and help solve?
Yeah, we listen to our patrons, and a lot of times they're asking us for those study rooms, or they're asking us for those spaces that they can do. They're working from home, but they don't have what they need at home. They don't have the copy machine or the fax machine or the shredder, and so they need those things. The library provides those. So yeah, we listen to them, and we try to make those changes.
It sounds like it's almost like more or less kind of an incubator type space, like maybe not quite all in that way, but having those services.
A little bit so. And it makes no matter to us whether you're for-profit, nonprofit, or just somebody that wants a quiet place to read. We really want to give them that space. There's some other things that we're changing. These are not big changes that we're doing at the library, just some small things that we wanted to make sure that we're keeping up with the times. We're changing the entryway of the library, and that's what people are really going to see from the outside. We wanted to get some new doors on the library, some automatic sliding doors to make them a little bit more accessible. So you'll see that happening, and you'll see the front sidewalk getting remade up there a little bit.
Okay, so everybody, as you're walking in right now, there's kind of the door on 3 sides where you're walking in and being able to go in there. You're talking about that's going to be
a motion sensitive door that will slide open for you. So it'll be one on the outside, one on the inside. So we'll still have that airlock. So that'll be nice for people that need a little bit more accessibility, that it's just an easier in and out of the door. And then we're doing some nuts and bolts things. We're getting some new windows in the Carnegie part of the library. Those are some pretty old windows over there from 1905, I think.
Probably not drafty at all. Probably not in need of any upgrade.
We've had to fight a few leaks in there here and then, but some new windows to keep it all up to date, airtight. And then we are in the children's area. We are expanding the activity room where they have story time. We are expanding that room to be a little larger, and we're also adding in a handicap accessible family restroom on that floor. And then right beside that, there will be a dedicated lactation room for new moms. Yeah. So just, again, listening to the patrons, what they need, what would get them to be able to stay at the library longer. And we feel that a handicap accessible family restroom will be one of those things that allows them, they don't have to go home. They can stay at the library for a little bit longer and enjoy what we have there.
Nice. And Jessie is someone who kind of camps out in that basement for that kiddo area. How do you feel about all the changes that will be taking place right in your in your office space?
I'm so excited to have a larger activity room because one of the weirder problems that we've had lately is our story times have just been growing bigger and bigger, which is a wonderful problem to have. And I'm excited to have more space for that. We can spread out more. We could maybe start doing some more STEM activities with the kids, with a little kitchenette that'll be accessible to everybody. So we're very excited.
And I know with the downtown underwent its revitalization and things, all the headache and the stress, but the end result, what we were looking for, we embraced the orange. And I know with the schools, they're doing a lot of construction themes to go along with their renovations in new schools, New Central Elementary and that. Is it something similar? We could see something coming out of the library, the same thing, kind of the growing into this new space, or is it a pretty easy turnaround and upgrade?
We're hoping to keep this pretty easy. We hope to be done, knock on wood, by November.
Okay.
So not too long. So the top stairs restrooms will close, but the others will be open. And then the main floor will close, the others will be open. So it's just, it'll be a little difficult. Hopefully the public won't have to experience it too much. Mostly just the staff be a little annoyed.
So not as substantial as ripping up 3 sides of the
Right.
court.
Yes.
Anything that big. Oh, good. Huh. Other things, you guys are kind of using the summer reading kickoff series to really springboard into some other things you're going to offer. So it's not just getting everybody excited about the summer and then kind of kicking them out of the nest and we'll see you later when school starts again. You guys are using this as kind of a catalyst to help people engage during the summer months. There are some other things too that you were telling me about before we hit record that will keep them coming back to the library throughout the summer months.
Yes. So the main reason for the Kenworthy kickoff party is to get people signed up for summer reading so that, kids don't fall into that summer slide where they aren't very prepared going back into school. This keeps them reading all summer long. So we will have a summer reading activities and programs for all ages, not just children. The teens will have their own summer reading program, and adults are also going to have their own. That's bigger and better this year. Not only do we want people reading all summer long, but we want them coming in and enjoying our programs and activities. So I've got some big ticket performers coming in that we're very excited about. June 14th, we're having Professor Steve's Science Show. June 21st, we have Mark's Ark Animal Show. He brings live animals to you and educates you about them. June 26th, we have the Freddy Fossil Dino Show, which I know is always a big draw with the dinosaurs. And then July 10th, we have a Rockin' and Reading Leonardo Music Show. So it's like a nice little concert for the kids.
Nice. And there's something else that you were talking about too, Beau, that you're bringing in some authors, some well-known authors to be able to meet and greet the public either in person or virtually as well.
Yeah, this is something we've been wanting to do for a while. And this year we have William Kent Kruger doing a virtual visit this year with us. You may know him from the books This Tender Land and Ordinary Grace. He's an award-winning author, very popular. He always has high checkouts when his books come to the library. So we're excited to be able to talk to him, and we'd invite anybody that has an interest to come out and hear him speak.
Is this part of the evolution of the library you're talking about, Beau, where I remember growing up, we had a great library in our small town, but it was books, and that was pretty much it. There were some crafty things that went on. How have you guys seen, being in the library every day, have you seen the library evolve into what it is now, where it's families, kids, one-stop shop programming, all these things are all kind of fitting under the umbrella of the library?
The greatest thing is that I know the folks at the front desk that help people come in, they have no idea what the question is going to be when someone walks up to the desk.
It's not, where do I find this book?
It's not. It is a lot, but you never know what a person's going to need. And when they come to the library, that's the great thing. When they come to the library, they need something. And that's what I encourage my staff to realize, is that we can help them in that situation, whatever they need. Legal form, notary help, basic government documents that they might need access to, or I need a new mystery book to read. And we love doing all that.
Yeah, you give the recommendations of that. Jessie, kind of the same thing. You've seen the library evolve even in the kiddo area from what it was to what it is now?
Yes. And it's nice to see how well books partner with all of the other things that we offer, because we've got the play area that they can come and bring their kids in on a day where maybe it's too ucky to play outside. We've got all of our regular programming like story time and chapter chat book club and all of these extra programs that we'll be having during the summer. And what people do after or before, while they're waiting for the programs, they go and they browse for books. And they don't just check out 1 or 2 books at a time in the children's department. It is usually at least 50 or more.
Oh, yeah. You need the duffel bag.
Yes. And that's one of our major complaints that we get from patrons. They're complaining kind of, in jest. They're like, oh, I was only going to come to just fill up this one bag, but can you give me an extra bag because my kids needed all of these other books? It's like, that's the best problem to have.
And everybody, we're talking with Beau Cunnyngham and Jessie Fleming with the Lebanon Public Library. So much is taking place this summer, but want to kind of round things and bring things home with the fact that it's not just about just the summer. There's great programming, things like that we've talked about, but the adventure continues even during the school year, even during the winter months, all those things, rainy days or sunny days. You guys strive to have something for everyone 12 months out of the year, 52 weeks.
Yes, absolutely. You take a look at our teen department, and they're there every day after school doing something with the teens. And they have to keep getting creative to bring them back and keep their interest. But there's always something going on. I know we have story time year-round, constantly going.
We have different programs for different age groups. Like I've got Baby and Me for our younger group. We've got Story Time, which is kind of for your preschool age. We've got Preschool Pals for the slightly older kids. And then we've got after-school kid activities for those that are kind of in, the kindergarten to 6th grade range. Gotcha.
And on the graphic, everybody, I'll add some pictures from the summer reading kickoff last year, the year before, things like that. Some of the pictures and the author meet and greets that Beau has been talking about. But guys, the best way to stay in the know with the library, you guys do a great job of updating things. Is it the calendar? Is it the website? Is it the Facebook? Is it all those?
All of the things.
Yes.
Leblib.org is our website. You can always go there to see what's going on with each individual department and everything else that the library offers, like its databases and how to get a library card, all of that important information. But each of our sections puts out their own detailed event calendar. We've got one for children's, teens, and adults. We have that on the website as well, but you can come in for a paper copy of that in the library.
Yeah, nice.
And then we always keep up to date on our socials too.
Gotcha. And Beau, you talked about listening to the patrons and things like that, meeting their needs. If folks come in and have a need, or who is the places, or the suggestion box, the old school suggestion box type thing? How's that work?
I think I am the suggestion box. Yeah, no. If someone has something they want to see from their library, absolutely come talk to us. We have a very receptive board of trustees that wants to provide the best library they can in the community.
Fantastic. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here on the podcast. Really appreciate it. We're going to forecast clear skies, nothing but clear skies for that Monday.
Have clear skies.
Again, everybody, the Kenworthy Summer Reading Kickoff taking place June 3rd. What's the time again? 1
to 4 p.m.
Yes, absolutely. So, Beau, Jessie, thank you again for being here on the pod.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Love and Lebanon podcast. More episodes are coming your way soon. Take care. Have a great summer. We'll chat again soon.